All right. So, welcome. So, what we're going to be doing today is running through something very, very exciting. So, we're going to be going through basically what are the keys to having a smooth, fit, and happy family routine, which is incredibly important. And I'm just going to make sure that we can get a nice, good view of this before we begin. Beautiful. So, so we're going to go through, smooth, happy, fit routine, as well as, there we go, as well as how you can get into the great shape without thinking about weight loss all the time. Very important. If you're thinking about weight loss, you want it too bad, you're going to put on way too much pressure on yourself, and it's not going to happen because you'll crack. And then how can you make sure this year is the year you keep your health a priority and never look back? So, very, very important. And I hope that you can enjoy what is to come. So just to recap on who I am. So my name is Matthew Kerno. I am a mum's fitness specialist, definitely. I've been working with women and I own New Directions. I've been working with women for, over 11 years. I'm 30, so, that means since I was 19. So pretty much all of my professional life. Okay, so specifically, so that I make sure that I've got the right people here. Who is this for? What is this seminar about? It is for mums that are looking to get fit and stop making excuses. Very important. All right, we all make excuses, but when we stop making them, when we make ourselves a priority, things start to happen. Parents that want to leave a legacy of health and fitness for their children. So this is huge. Basically, it works both ways, as I'm sure you know as a parent, but you want to make sure that you are walking the talk of whatever you are trying to get your kids and family to do. All right, or if you can't, then you're at the very least giving them all the tools they need. Then, if you're a woman that is exhausted and you're looking to discover ways in which you can take back control of your life and boost your energy and make yourself a priority again. Key. All right, so moving along, just to recap my education so that I'm worthwhile listening to. So this is my formal education. So I went to Victoria University. I completed a Bachelor of Exercise Science and Human Movement. Naturally, did a Certificate 3 and 4 in fitness, specialist in women's fitness qualifications, went through my advanced postnatal programs, antenatal, pregnancy postnatal. I've created my own programs that I've delivered to hundreds of women through the postnatal programs. Then obviously, and again, hundreds, if not thousands of women through the weight loss and body building muscle tone, and finally through the body sculpting level. So this is me. This is basically, so on the left, you've got some of our postnatal classes that we were running. Were really, really nice. As you can see, everyone's having a ball. On the right, you can see some of the more elite body sculpting / basically taking on the world. Women on the right, and naturally a lot of the women go through this whole process, as well as me in the middle. So basically I have grown up fit and strong except when I was in up until grade 4, when I was definitely the chubby kid and my best friend was really fit. And anyway, basically the way that I got fit was my dad met someone that's his dad was his mate was had a son that was going to do this 100K bike ride, and then I was a year younger, so my dad went, my son's going to do that. Anyway, never looked back. Done half Ironmans, 24-hour bike ride. That's what the image you see on the bottom there, along with national level cycling, gymnastics as well now. So an all rounder in my later years. But that's definitely enough about me. This is about you. So what I would love for you to do is to get your pen and paper out, okay? So basically, if you are not going to get a pen and paper out right now, then odds are you're really not that serious about, really making making a commitment to the next year. So pen and paper will do you wonders, not because of what I necessarily have to say, although that is very important, but more because it says you're ready to make a change. You are ready to make this a real priority, which is awesome. Okay, so then, acknowledging your obstacles. So, in my time with mums, there are so many obstacles to being fit and healthy, let alone just running a household and making sure that your career is going well. You're being run amok. You have it used to just be okay, cool, I've got to take care of my family, and I've got to cook, and I've got to clean. Granted, technology has made those things more easier and more automatable, but now you've got to have a career. You've also got to be like the super fit mum. You've got to be an incredible family person. You're expected to bring in a larger and larger income as well. And naturally, that leads to exhaustion, stress, and feeling like you can never get ahead, that you're always behind, that nothing is ever good enough. And I see this all the time. so the good news is there are ways in which you can actually change this. Okay, there are. All right, but the medicine is sometimes too tough for people to handle, for moms to handle. All right, so let's have a little think about this. So what has happened in the past? What, when you've been fit and strong in the past, what were you doing? And I know typically it's going to be like, if you could write this down the bottom, or even write it in the comment section on YouTube, write it in the comment section below. This is really important because for a lot of women, I know they'll be like, Matt, I was fit. I was strong. That was when I was in my 20s. Then I had to get a job. Then I had to take care of my kids. Then I had to deal with all the stress. And my husband, we're under a lot of stress. And so then there's relationship issues, or maybe the husband's not around anymore and you're taking care of the kids, or you split up. Boom, stress. All right. And obviously a different way, you're going to have to learn different ways of dealing with these things if you want to create not only yourself fit, healthy, strong, but also a great environment for your kids and for your family. All right. So, for example, one of the things that comes up is we look at the fears. I'm going to go back and forth a little bit, but I really like to look at the fears that are underlying your progress. So what is most important to you? I know for some women, it's actually, this is where we get down to some really serious things. So for some women, it's the fear of unwanted attention. This is actually a bit of maybe a minority, but fear of unwanted attention. So if you've ever been in a situation where you were at a time where you were like, all right, I'm very typically attractive, and I got attention from someone and it didn't go well. There's a full scale of how bad that can end up. Then you may, in fact, answer that with, I'm going to put on a whole lot of weight because that's going to keep me safe. Why the hell would I risk this unwanted attention if, and that's a big thing. So then that's when we have to really get back to the health benefits and really avoid, or even telling people, don't give me compliments about my looks. Talk to me about how fit and healthy I am and what an inspiration I am to my family, for example. Then other fears, these are the more typical ones. So fear of failure. So it's like, why would I even try? It's the first step to failing, and I'm not worthy is very, very close and tied to that, as well as this is pretty harsh words, but as well as hating yourself or not respecting yourself, not loving yourself. That goes almost hand in hand with fear of failure. And then fear of success. Fear of success, it can come from so many layers, but again, it can come from, well, hang on a second, if I do achieve this, then I'm going to get a lot of attention, and I'm not sure I want that. So then when you get all these compliments coming in, they might actually turn you off continuing and progressing. So that's really important to note. And these are things you have to learn about yourself. So you really have to reflect, and I want you to write down, what are your top 3 fears? It doesn't have to be from this list. I really want you to think and feel it and be honest with yourself. Okay? Yeah, so be very honest with yourself. Now, it's also fear of imperfection. What if I'm not perfect? Now, that the fear of failure and fear of imperfection, like those fears don't ever go away, typically. The thing is that you walk through them and then you go, oh, it's okay. The world didn't end. It's okay. But you have to walk through them and hit that pinnacle of fear in order to really feel that imperfection as well. If I'm not perfect, then what's the point? And that's a really common one in women. And I've heard that I've seen that, but I've also seen it and heard it in many different areas. The fear of imperfection, so the fear of it not being perfect, it is typically a little bit more of a women's fear than a man's. And I actually, that's coming from listening to lots of experience with coders. Anyway, that's a side story. So then we've got imposter syndrome as well. So what if I'm fit? What if I'm healthy? But what if I still feel fat? What if I still feel like I'm not worthy of this attention? What if I still feel like I don't want to take my clothes off because it's way too intense? And therefore, even with the success of the accomplishments, you don't change internally. There are ways to get around these things. So, for example, it comes down to this imagery and having a really great morning routine where you start to reprogram your mind as to who you are. So you can use imagery. You can use obviously talking to yourself in the mirror and giving yourself new cues and talking to your subconscious. You can also work on just basically making sure your stress levels are taken care of and that you're not overwhelming yourself and you're giving yourself time to change. Relationships are another big one here. Okay, so if you've got anyone that's holding you back, they're going to pull on these fears because they don't want you to do well. Pullers and pushers. You don't want to be around too many pullers. And through the success and accomplishments, it highlights, unfortunately, where people stand sometimes, which is a scary thing. All right, so with all of those obstacles, how the hell do fit moms do it? They seem to overcome all this. Why do they do it? How do they do it? All right, so how do they look so happy and energetic all the time? And I've got great news for you, by the way. The best news is that actually it's routine and habit. So the first 3 months of setting you up and making sure you get things done and you commit and you work hard and you take more and more responsibility, at first it's hard. But the more times you do it, the easier it becomes, the more it's ingrained. And then you look at these people and you're like, oh my God, how do you do that? How do you get up at 5 a.m. every morning? How do you, work out at the gym every day? It's not even the decision anymore. It's just what I do. This is my routine. And because it's my routine, I don't have to think about it and the results just come. Time becomes their friend. Every day that you spend where you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, and you're not taking good care of yourself and you're not giving yourself good self-care, time is against you. Because every day that passes like that, it's going to be harder and harder to turn around, and it's going to be harder and harder to change. Whereas here, every day that you keep on doing it, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And that is something to keep in mind. Okay, so you can do this too, without question, 0. Okay, it's about making a commitment and making yourself a priority. And I know I'm hearing the Matt, I don't have any time. I've got way too many responsibilities. I'm a single mom. I tell you, we have quite a few single moms, and single moms are amazing for being can be highly organized. But you got everything's against you. Okay, and I acknowledge that, but it is possible. And it's really important for you to understand in here. So we've got all these puzzles. How the hell do we fix everything? How do we put it all together? All right, let's first begin with some of the myths of fitness. Okay, so for example, just because you're fit and healthy doesn't necessarily mean you will be happy 24/7. It definitely doesn't necessarily mean you won't have body consciousness. You won't be conscious of your body, and you won't be like, oh, I don't know. The ratio will be a hell of a lot less. You'll be like, I'm going to try that on a lot more. You'll go from wearing baggy, dark, don't look at me clothing to gradually, highly likely, more colorful, slightly more revealing, but revealing to say, hey, I've been working on this body. I want someone to notice. You know, I'm proud of this. I want you to say, man, you have nice arms, whatever it is, because you've earned it. But it's not just going to magically make you happy. All right, just because you're fit and strong and intimidating doesn't mean you're happy. All right, another one. This is a big one. So if you weighed what you did when you were 21, you would be happy. That is, or even lighter, that is not the case. I remember this is a really important story. I spoke with someone who was getting into great shape. She had never worked out really until 5 years after her babies were born, and she wanted to get strong. She wanted to get fit. She made it a priority. She really was a bit skeptical. She went through the postnatal program. She went through the fitness, the Mum's Fitness Journey, the New Directions programs, and then even did the abs challenge and looked absolutely incredible. But she had this fixation as well that she wanted to be smaller than she was when she was 21. I said, why? Were you happy when you were 21? She was like, no, not really. I was pretty bloody insecure. And I was like, okay, well, then let's think about it a bit more. Well, were you, was there something going on? Were you really proud of your fitness? And I was like, did you want to be skinnier as well when you were 21? Did you feel like you were attractive? She was like, no. And yes, I did want to be skinnier. I was like, all right, so what do you think the rule might actually be? It's not be skinnier than you were when you were 21. What do you think it is? And for this person, it was, it's that skinnier is always better. And I was like, all right, well, she had a few kids, a few sons. And I was like, well, for your sons, their relationship with you is massive, because it will dictate, if they have a good relationship with you, it will say, that is the type of woman that I respect, that I can look up to. And some of those, definitely at the very least some, if not a fair few of them, of her qualities, they will later look for in partners, long-term partners. And I just asked her, do you want her, your kids, your sons, to go after the slightly nervous, slightly, anxious, I always want to be skinnier, never loving my body enough woman? Or do you want them to go for the woman that is always just going after something? It doesn't even matter what it is. She's driven, she's focused, she's dedicated, she's hardworking, and she's loving, and she's caring, and she's kind. Which do you want? The girl over here might be kind and everything as well, but which do you want them to go for? She went, oh, well, this one. I went, well, then maybe that's what we should focus on. Mastery, accomplishment, taking on new goals. Focus on that. Forget about being tiny. She is very little now, consistently for years. But it's not about the weight now. Now it's about accomplishment. And that is an important transition. I actually want to skip to here. So, because if you don't get that, then this is the path that you end up in. You go, all right, cool. I need to lose weight. I need to get fit. I need to get healthy. I'm really self-conscious, and I really want to make this happen. And then you become the girl in the middle. You're like, okay, cool. I'm fit. I'm strong. Bit bored now. No one cares. No one cares when I say that I'm not losing any more weight now. Or you take it too far, and then we get issues, even worse issues. Or you get, and you might get bored, and then you get bored, and then you put on weight again. And then it becomes a cycle. We get our yo-yoing. This is more of a fitness, and this is relatively, compared to a yo-yo diet where you're putting on 5 kilograms every month. This isn't as bad, but it's still not good. It's not good for your self-esteem. All right. So in this situation, one of the things that you could work on is going, all right, well, when I dropped that weight, I now need to focus on something that I love, that I just want to do, that I can, and a routine and a habit that I can keep up, and that I will master, and that will be the thing that I focus on. So it goes from looking at the scales, looking at getting smaller, appreciating compliments, feeling great, to then, all right, enough of that. I am fit. I am healthy. Now that's the expectation that everyone has of me. So, well, that's the norm at least. So now I'm just going to focus on me, and I'm going to focus on accomplishing goals for me. So that's one way of thinking about it. Now, common dangers, right, of that you see as well is, and I hope you can kind of steer clear of, is, for example, McDonald's. Okay, I'm gonna teach you the McDonald's story that I know when it comes to kids and when it comes to you. So McDonald's knows very well that the more positive experiences and happy memories your children have at their location, the more that they will remember that that is a place where they can be happy, and therefore when they're an adult and they're feeling down, they're going to be going to Macca's, right? And they know that. They know that very well. And so the more that you take your kids to those locations, I'm not shaming, I'm just trying to point out a factor, a loop, the more likely that this is going to happen. And then obviously when it comes to eating of the Macca's, you're like, oh, I'm hungover or whatever it is. And you're like, you eat your meal, you feel better, and then you feel gross. Okay. Or that's the nice version. Or you're stressed out, you're exhausted, you're on your way home, it's 8 p.m. and there's no food at home anyway. So you go to Macca's and you feel guilty, you feel gross. But now that becomes hardwired into your loop of driving home, seeing Macca's sign, feeling hungry, getting food, carry on. Yeah. But there are ways in which you can counter that, all right? Such as just drive a different way home. Like, don't try to use your own willpower. There's only so much of that, limit it. Just drive different ways so you don't have to look at it. Really important. And then obviously fast food and eating out with the whole family when there's like all these large plates and everything. The norm of what you can eat can shift, and you really got to be careful of that. All right, now I've got to hurry up. So now let's get into it. So what do you stand for? What do you want to stand for? Like, are you standing for it to be a fit, healthy, strong mom that your kids look up to, as well as organized, dedicated? What values do you have? And this isn't just you either. This is you and your husband. You will have your own. And then you want to talk to your partner as well, male or female. You want to talk to your partner and get them on track. Because if you try to do this whole new weight loss routine and you don't get them on board, they might sabotage you by accident, and then that ends up in a fight. Or they don't feel informed and they're feeling like they're on the outer. And so you really want to make sure that everyone is on par and ready to go. So it's important to see it as you both working as a team. Because I tell you what, when there are couples that work together at the fitness goals or any goal, it just goes boom, astronomical. They improve so much faster than an individual in a couple. It can be done as an individual in a couple, but there will be tensions down the track if they're successful and if they're not. So then thinking about, all right, so we've got, what, and I really want you writing these down. What do you want to stand for? What are your values? What do you want to stand for? Just write down five, really nice and simple. And then think about what you want your legacy to be for your kids. Okay, cool. You want them to be, highly educated. You want them to make sure that they have a really loving and caring family. You want to make sure that they are free to do what they want and pursue the dreams that they have. And you want to make sure that they are fit and healthy as well, because if they're not, then that's going to create issues down the track. Even if they are, because I see these people, I work with these people, even if they are successful and they've nailed it and they've got a great family and they've got a couple of homes and they're really, really doing awesome, if they're morbidly obese, or if, then there are going to be issues. And there's the risk then that your grandchildren are not going to have their parents around for as long. So it's important to think about these things and really take them seriously, and know that just the little things you do have a massive impact, and I think that, patting yourself on the back for that as well. All right. So in 5 words, having a think and describing, what do you want your body to portray? So in 5 words. So for example, these are images, by the way, that have come in from some of my members. So have a think about these. But yeah, write down your 5. So it could be elegant, for example, feminine. It could be strong. It could be powerful, independent. Just thinking about those words. Bootylicious for some people. Well, whatever it is. But yeah, writing down your 5. All right. And then this is a big one. Okay. So this is huge. This is where we actually start to get into how the hell are you going to actually pull this off? How is it possible for you to work out and get all these things done? And the very first step for this is learning to say no and making priorities and setting them. And the thing is that sometimes we think we have priorities, but then when we look at our time and how we use our time and then what we say we care about, they're completely mismatched. They do not even correlate at all. So, yeah, so saying no to things and to people that while you may like and you may wish them well, like in the workplace, someone says, hey, can you do this for me? You're the person that always says yes and helps everyone. Saying no. Because the thing is that when you say yes to everything, and I'm not saying that you do, but for a lot of people they do. And when people do say yes to everything, they become the yes person that everyone can go to and rely on, which means you attract more work to yourself. And then eventually, either A, you're snowed under all the time, exhausted, and you don't know what went wrong, and your family's upset, or B, you revolt and you get angry. And then that has a really negative impact on the relationships at home, in the workplace, wherever they are. So learning to prioritize. And this is where I highly recommend that you look at how you use your time throughout the week. Actually schedule it down, use a diary, and look at all the things you do that you really are not that relevant and not important, that you should be able to knock off, or that you can automate, substitute, eliminate, or delegate. Okay? Yeah, and we're going to get that into that as we go. That's really important. That's massive. That's a whole lecture in itself. Okay, so keys to having a smooth, fit, and happy family routine. All right, 1. Okay. Weekend workouts. So that doesn't, or weekend fitness, weekend exercise, going for a bike ride and run with the kids. I know for anyone that's any of the mums out there that have a prolapse or anything like that, this can be difficult. Perhaps it's you bike ride, they run, or you bike ride, they scooter, or but something, or even rock climbing, doing something on the weekend that you guys can do together and that is your thing, that your kids can look back on and be like, wow, there was no phones, there was no TV, there was none of that crap, and I'm talking about you as much as I'm talking about the kids. And you give each other undivided attention, all right? Husband, you, kids, wife, whatever. Okay? Family time. Another one is the ritual of cooking together. So I know that your kids are busy. Sorry, not busy. I know that your kids are messy. I know that they make a whole lot of mess and it's gross and da-da-da-da-da. But introducing your children into the kitchen is the antidote to introducing your children into McDonald's. Yeah. So as in, the more positive experiences that your children have with you, making meals with you, even if it's just like throwing, meatballs or muffins or muffin mix or whatever, they will enjoy cooking and they will see cooking as an emotional relief instead of this dreading thing that they have to do. Why doesn't everyone just Uber this crap? Why don't we just use, whatever app? No, that is a bad pathway. Okay, and in that you can automate though the food delivery. You can do all of those things. But as they get older, you can delegate cooking to them. I've got members that their 10-year-old just does bolognese. Cooks up bolognese. 11-year-old cooks up the lasagna. They can cook, and that means that you now have time, and they get to take care of you. Okay, and not that long ago, maybe 100 years ago, this was known. teach your kids so they can take care of you, but or it was used. But we really need to get back to that. They need to take on responsibility. If they're not taking on any responsibility and you're doing everything for them, what's going to happen in the future? Like, that's just not a great setup. Okay, so then, time management. So time management is huge. I've got a whole seminar on time management, but just breaking it down to what are your long-term goals, you and your partner, as well as just you as an individual. What are your long-term goals? What are your values? And then what are your roles? What are your roles? You're a mom, you're a worker, you're a wife, you are a daughter, a sister, you are and you are a worker. Not sure if I said that already. And you're probably in charge of home admin, right? So then going through all of those responsibilities, going through all of the roles between you and your husband, and then going through all the goals that you have for each week to get through. Then you can kind of go, well, hang on a second, maybe you could do the cooking on that night and I could do this and da-da-da-da-da, which I'm sure you do, but it's a much more organized way of going through it, which is really going to benefit both of you. And there's a lot of cool apps as well that you can use to facilitate that. Even just, Google Calendar, where you can see each other's calendars. So those are important tasks, as well as the simple things. So I touched on this, but really, every time, I want you to even try this. Every time that you want to play with your phone, kiss your child on the forehead. Okay? See what happens. See what happens. There was this one guy that he did that, and every time he kissed his son on the forehead, his son asked, "Where are you going, Daddy?" And he was like, "Why is he asking me that?" And his wife told him, he's like, "The only reason that you kiss him on the forehead is because you're leaving and you're going on another trip away for another week or so." He had no idea about this. He wasn't conscious of that. But essentially that then meant that in his son, he's saying, when I give you affection, I give you a kiss on the forehead, I'm leaving you. So, that might be an issue down the track. Thankfully, he learned. But there's he's shutting off technology, I feel like such an old school person when I'm talking about this stuff. In the morning, breakfast. I'm just thinking about all the families that I see. In the morning, breakfast, get rid of the iPad. And I'm not talking about yours, I'm talking about the kids. Get rid of them. You're just teaching them to have terrible, one, communication skills, and two, attention to detail. All right, cool. So prepare yourself for the 5 a.m. workouts. So you kind of have two options. Odds are 5 a.m. workouts or 8 p.m. when your kids have gone to sleep. That's just the way it is, but I guarantee the 5 a.m. workouts are probably going to be much better for you. If you do have another option, that's brilliant. But yeah, I just want to go through that. All right, so I know you're saying, Matt, this is great. Okay, I want to do this, but how can I stop eating so much when I'm exhausted and upset? Here's another thing that I want to go back to when it comes to the time manager that I was talking about, which is schedule in your sharpening the saw. Sharpening the saw means taking care of you. Okay, so that means something physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual that you get to do throughout the week that benefits you. Physical, exercise. Emotional, hanging out with friends and people that love you for who you are. And, there's no conditions. There's no reason why they love you. They just do. And they want the best for you. Very important. And you love them. 3, mental stimulation. So as in like just learning new skills or anything that you want to, do, reading, writing, taking on a new skill, if you can, even if it's just half an hour in a week, but just something for you, and then spiritual, whether it be practicing gratefulness, prayer, meditation, whatever it is, but something where you get to turn everything off and you just get to relax. All right. Massage is another amazing one. Okay. So that will decrease your exhaustion, and that is assuming you're taking care of your sleep and you're okay. All right. Now, what I really want to do though is say that I don't want you to do this alone. Essentially there's 3 types of people that are going to watch this. There's 1, the person that's like, or 4. 1, the person's like, Maddie, I'm with you. I'm doing this already. Or 2, it's going to be the person that's saying, yep, cool, I'll do it, but I'll do it on my own. Totally fine. Wish you well. Person that's like, I'm not ready yet. That's okay. Hang in there. I'll be here for you when you are. If I'm the person that you think is right for you. And 4, the person's like, yes, I want to be a part of this. If you're somewhere in the mix there and you're not sure where you stand, basically just remember that isolation kills progress. Okay, if you want to succeed and you want to do amazing and you want to progress, you really want to be around people that already have what you want and that you can emulate on, or you can model, that you can model on. All right, and we, yeah, every week in the Facebook group, or in our group, we have it set up so that on the Sunday it's like, right, family fitness. Saturday, family cooking. So you get to post your different shots there as well as obviously exercising, and that's all done through the app. But let's get into it. So if you are willing to hear me out on how I can help you, then this is what we're going to go into next. So Mum's Fitness Journey. So basically I've made a full suite of programs, from postnatal programs to Mum's Fitness Journey, which is basically the weight loss, toning up, feeling strong, getting your confidence, getting into a bikini again, and feeling good. Okay. And then after that, which we're not going to talk about here, but after that, there's then the elite women's body sculpting, which goes a little bit past that. All right. But it essentially means that everyone knows where they've got a group. And also, if you're striving to like just absolutely crush it, you know that once you progress far enough, boom, you get to move up another level. All right, so in the Fit Mamas program, online program, in the Mum's Fitness Journey online program, we have the Fit Mamas for Life 12-week program, in which, for example, we've got Marisa here. She has done really, really well. So she's in total, she's lost over 30 kilograms. This year, she's lost 16 kilograms. So the beginning of her progress started on the far left. Then she progressed to the middle, and now obviously she's down the bottom. That's where she's at the moment, and she's doing great. She's doing a triathlon in January. She's absolutely crushing it. Is amazing, and she is doing all of those habits and those routines as well. She's exercising almost every day. Doesn't always have to be intense, but she's exercising every day. She is basically being an absolute doll when it comes to her kids. And she is also, the third one is, sorry, I just distracted me, is, doing family workouts as well. So going for bike rides and everything. This is Geordie. She is an absolute machine. So she started on the far left, gotten fit, strong. She's everyone has a different type of physique. So she is very strong. She has a background in gymnastics, and basically for her, she puts on strength very easily. So she has lost 8 kilograms here, but more importantly, she's lost a huge amount of centimeters, and her strength has gone through the roof. So she's an absolute inspiration. Now what I want to do is take you over for a moment, and I want to, I forgot. We've also got the abs challenge as well. So this is towards the end of the program. And what happens here is, we have the abs challenge. So from left to right, that's literally in 31 days. For one of these people, they kind of had a break for a couple of days. It is a 28-day program. That is literally real. That is genuine. That is, beautiful. So this is what happens when you really commit. Now, Mum's Fitness Journey. So what is involved in this program? How does this all work? So it's basically a combination of mindset training that is delivered through our membership area. And there is the personalized training program for you that also incorporates these programs that you can have confidence in delivering results via our app. And then we've got our accountability. We've got nutrition, weight loss booklet, and tracking. So I always know how you're doing, and you can always contact me straight away via message. There's no worries at all. Private personal coaching call every week. That's a 30-minute private coaching call and a weekly 60-minute group coaching call. So that's the features, but I want to show you a little bit more. So let's bring up for a moment. These are some of the girls that I have worked with. So let's have a look. So this is Donna. It's always better if I don't say it, if it comes from someone else. Oh, it's not working. One moment. Okay, let's have a look. Let's open it again. Why are you deciding not to work? Bum, 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 bum. Seeing behind the scenes. Okay, let's try again.
Hi, my name's Donna. I've been training with Matt now for nearly a year, and I set myself a goal initially of losing 5 kilos and getting my life back into exercise post-kids. And I was able to achieve that with Matt within a couple of months, and that was amazing. He just listened really well, and he tailored and echoed back to me what I was trying to achieve, and that made it really easy when I was motivated at that time in my life. And fast forward, and I've achieved the goal, and exercise has become part of my life, and then so what? What's next? How do I keep motivated? And recently I've been having conversations about, well, what's the vision and what mini goals can I set for myself? I don't necessarily want to run a triathlon, and I don't necessarily, and I've achieved making exercise part of my life, which I was quite amazed happened much easier than I thought. So he's been working with myself and my husband to help work out what are the values in my life, what mini goals can I help achieve to make me feel like I'm making progress in this part of my life. And yeah, I highly recommend Matt and his workouts. Really easy to follow, and he just gets us. And it's changed my life.
I love about training with Matt is the holistic approach. So I love the mindset training. I love the flexibility of being able to work out whenever I want. I'm enjoying the online app because it keeps you accountable, lists everything you have to do for the day. You've got an instant message system. You can message your coach, you get instant feedback. And Matt's there for you 100% of the time. So when I started working with Matt, I couldn't even run 100 metres. I've now signed up for a triathlon. So, which is 2.5 years later, but, something that I would never have thought possible. So I've come a long way. I've dropped 16 kilos over the last year, and I'm looking to drop another 15 next year. So just keeping that mindset going, focusing, and Matt's there with you all the way. So thank you.
Hi, I enjoy working out with Matt because he takes a very holistic approach to your workouts. It's not just about the training alone. It is about your nutrition, your mental health, your family, what external pressures are impacting you at that time. Working out with Matt is like actually being enveloped in a big hug because he really looks at the whole picture and embraces your entire world. And it just works. It really does just work. I have increased my fitness and my health. My mental well-being has improved, and I'm just better for it. It's really worth doing. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so there's a few of the girls, which is really cute, and all right, so yeah, so there's a lot of love. And then I want to just take you for a moment behind the scenes as far as, so this is the app that you'd be looking at. But just keeping in mind, there's the Facebook group, the app, as well as a mindset area. And this is available in your phone. But you can also set it up on your computer and then stream it straight onto your TV, for example, because we've got, so this is one workout, for example. So this is just something that I've got set up. So this is the ab challenge. So this is the pathway to get started for the ab challenge. So you can do it on your phone, or you can do it on your TV, computer, however you like. So this version is to go, boom, we're going to have a full, this is the beginning. So this is a 12-minute workout.
Okay, so welcome down to the 28-day ab challenge. Very, very excited to.
And so that's Caroline. So that's really cute. That's great. And then we've also got those set up. So if you're in the gym and you're working out there, then what we've got as well is we'll go, okay, cool, we're doing, so for example, hold up, we're going to do 12, if you can see this, we're doing 12 deadlifts, so 12 reps, 20 kilograms, 1 minute recovery in between with barbell deadlifts. And it's like, all right, what the hell is a barbell deadlift? Bang, you've got your tutorial here that's going to guide you straight.
Okay, so we're going to be going into deadlifts now. So what that means is that we're going to have our barbell. All right, today.
And then you can also see down the bottom, sorry about all that. You can also see down the bottom, when performing a deadlift, focus on, da-da-da-da. So you've got all of your cues as well there. And I really promote you to even take a photo or a video as well of you doing the workout, because then that, yeah, it means that then I can give you feedback straight away through that too. And when you finish doing the exercises or the workout, it's like, all right, cool, I've ticked that off already. And then I go feedback, and I'm like, oh, it was okay, hated it. Or it was an amazing workout, and you can just type in here straight away, and bang, I've got the message. I know how you're doing. So it's that constant feedback. If you're ever feeling like, you need to chat with me, this is, again, the program, the ab challenge program, there's a lot of different ways to set this up. So for example, in this one, it's like, all right, beautiful. You have your weigh-in, you have front, side, back photos as well. There's lots of different programs in here, and it's very personalizable. So I want you to just keep that in mind. And for some women, it's like, Matt, I'm not doing photos at all. Totally fine. All good. There's so many different ways that we can assess your progress. It's not a big deal at all. You can message me straight away. So just boom. Obviously, I can message everyone. But yeah, you can message me straight away, and we can just progress straight through there. So that's really cool. So that's the app side. And we can make any program that way, which is wonderful. Let's have a little look. All right. And then what we have, very cool, is, yeah, so this is the Facebook group. Sorry, I'm just saying all the stuff. So we actually had so in the Facebook group, we have different little challenges as we go. And so we've got the 21-day guilt-free Christmas pudding challenge, for example, that was through Christmas, or before Christmas. And then, yeah, and so we've just got all this different content and just all these little different challenges happening all the time. So we're constantly building off of each other, which is really, really beautiful. And then here, yeah, so basically if you want to sign up, if you're ready to go, you're like, Matt, let's hit it, then all you have to do is go to the New Directions website. So for example, let's go, just dropped out of me. Yeah, so you would just go to New Directions website, go coaching, and then go to Mum's Fitness Journey. So nice and simple. So that's the page that I've got set up here. And this is, it just runs through everything for you. There's an introduction into me. We've got even more testimonials, even more women that have done amazing things. All right, so really, really big deal. And you've got a money back guarantee. So for the first 30 days, if you're not happy, you have a money back guarantee. That's it. And there's also on when you're doing a monthly payment, there is a 7-day free trial. So if this is something for you, I really, 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 really motivate you to take it on. We're at a time right now where I want you to have a think. If I continued on the way that I am right now for the next 6 months, 5 years, 30 years, where would I be at each stage? Where will you be? And if you take this on, if you take this challenge on right now, and we work together and we build on one another, in 6 months' time, what would have to happen for you to be super happy? Would you be like Donna? Donna was the first person to testimony video. She was like, oh my God, it was so easy. Just boom, done. Fitness became part of my life. I got fit. I lost weight. I got everything I wanted. Now the issue is, crap, how do I keep up the motivation? It is possible. You can do this, all right? I want you to know that. And so it's a holistic approach that will transform your body, family life for the better. It really will bring your partner into it as well. For some of you in the coaching calls, I'd ask that, especially at the start, perhaps you have your partner there so that we can have a chat about, just where both of you stand. Because a lot of times, there'll be a bit of butting heads that can happen. when it's like, you know, when you're only getting one side of the story, there's always like, you know, a little bit of truth on the other side, no matter what, which is good. You need that. It helps. And then, yeah, if you want to decrease excess body weight, it will do this, raise your energy levels and improve your sense of well-being, improve your mood, relieve your stress, help prevent feelings of lethargy and fatigue, all of these things, increase your muscle strength, firm up your entire body, you know, flatten your stomach, tone your core. Like, you've seen all these photos, you know it's possible, and it is possible for you. It is. Introduce new family routines that your children will love, that will make them develop stronger, happier, and healthier outcomes for the years to come. And you'll get straight away just that Mum's 12-week Fit for Life program. You won't be able to go through it straight away. You'll get it delivered gradually, all right? Otherwise, you'll just be overwhelmed. Then that will lead into the 28-day ab program, 21-day booty, thigh, and calf toning program, as well as access to all new Mum's Fitness Journey programs in the future, and the ability to vote for more. You know, and again, we'll have those 30-minute coaching calls weekly, a weekly group coaching call, daily coaching motivation, and accountability in our Facebook group. Like, yeah, so much. Mindset training, habits for life training, it's all there. So I really want you to sign up if you're keen and ready to roll. And definitely if you have any questions at all, post them down the bottom, down in the comment section. And thank you very much, guys. So well done. Beautiful.